Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today's episode is a windy but sunny and warm day out here in the forest. Boomer and I are going to be doing a woodland and a little bit of a lakefront camp out. It is windy, so we're inside of the woodline edge, but we're actually on the edge of the lake still. So we've got the tent pitched in a way the wind should hopefully sweep over the fly, and we should be able to do some cooking and relax right here inside of the tent. So let's get started on a hot coffee. right, guys, ducking inside of the tent just a little bit out of that wind. It is pushing through off the lake, and it is fairly strong right now. It is hazy and cloudy, and yes, there is weather in the forecast for tomorrow. So who knows what's going to happen. Fingers crossed. I'd be very, very happy if we got rain overnight into the morning. But the wind is strong. So thinking about having a campfire in this particular location is not very smart at all. It's very windy. We're in the forest. It's now spring. It's dry. The wind's coming in, so it's just going to blow the embers into the tent. It's not smart at all. And that's the reason why I brought the alcohol stove with me on this trip, is because it's contained. It can burn even in high winds, and it's relatively safe to tuck inside of the vestibule and crack the door in the morning if it is wet and rainy or whatnot. So right now, just going to chill out, hot cup of coffee on the go. Boomer's relaxing, and we're just taking in the summer scenery out here, which is bright. Things are getting green, but unfortunately the bugs are also out. The black flies and mosquitoes are starting to emerge, and it's going to be a crazy next few weeks trying to battle these little buggers. So I'm actually going to skip inside of here, zip the mesh panel shut, enjoy my coffee, and then what I think I'm going to do is go and collect 2 poles so I can actually extend this awning outwards and create a little bit of an awning porched area later on in the day. Just in case rain does set in the evening, I'll have the poles ready, and they'll be ready for the morning as well. So coffee break, guys. Cheers. I'll catch up to you in just a little bit. All right, guys, it's been quite a while since coffee and a little bit of a break. As you guys can see, I did get my poles constructed. The wind hasn't completely died down, but it's not terribly bad that I'm gonna have to worry about this blowing the tent away. The bugs are relentless, so I'm not sure if it's picking up in camera, but it is black fly season. And as you guys can tell, I'm getting a little bit bothered by the bugs every single year this happens. So the tent door is zipped shut right now. Boomer was in there. He doesn't want to be in there too warm, so he's out here lounging around. He did go for a dip in the lake. He's actually dried off since then. He's got a bowl of water here, and he's just kind of doing his thing, but I can tell he's bothered by the bugs, just as I am. And this is the first trip this season that the bugs are actually out this bad. So of course we don't have any bug spray. And we're not having a fire, so we don't have any smoke to get rid of these bugs, other than the wind, basically. That's our only deterrent right now. So I've actually moved on to cooking supper, making up some ramen noodles inside of the alcohol stove here. And it looks like they're actually cooking up pretty good so far. So I'm gonna cook up some ramen, add some onion, some yellow onion and a green onion, a little bit of mushroom, spice, pop that in there, and then probably retreat inside of the tent to eat that. And then after that, I'm gonna get all cleaned up and basically just chill out, take in some of this breeze, and see if there's gonna be a sunset later this evening. All right, guys, supper's ready, and I am hiding inside of the tent. Those bugs are horrible right now. So I'm gonna relax in here and at least enjoy eating my dinner without being eaten alive as I'm eating, which is kind of ironic, but I'm gonna eat up, basically just relax in here for a little bit. And I'll catch up with you guys as soon as I'm done. Hopefully, as the temperature cools off, these bugs will also get out of here. So we'll see what happens. All right, everybody, nightfall is just about here. Sat down on the edge of the lake for quite a while. Looked at a few loons out there and a couple ducks bouncing around on the lake. The bugs are finally gone and that cool air is pushing in off the water. Definitely refreshing. So I've got the awning open right now. I may leave it open like this all night. I'm not too sure. For now, I'm definitely going to leave it open. I've got my lantern hanging up here, illuminating the entire area. And like I said, that breeze coming in is definitely refreshing. So I'm going to be crawling inside of the tent in just a few moments. But like I said, I'm going to leave this wide open so I can enjoy a little bit of the lake while it's still somewhat light out. And then later on, if it does get too brisk and too chilly or it starts raining, I can come outside, knock these poles down, zip the door shut, and go to sleep. All right, guys, just getting inside of the tent right now, and with all these bugs gone, it actually makes it super comfortable to just leave the mesh door wide open. This tent has a very, very large dual vestibule, one right where the camera is and the exact same one on the other side, making this tent an absolute storage frenzy. You can store all your gear on one side, do all your work on the other side, or vice versa. A little bit of information on this particular tent. I'm going to be using this tent probably mainly for my Jeep series, just because it is actually supposed to be put on top of a camp cot or on the ground. So it's a very unique tent, as it can go on a cot with legs and still have ample amount of coverage and storage underneath. But it can also be put on the ground for hiking. So as you guys know, my truck build has a camper built in the back. The van build has an entire camper built inside of it. The other truck build has a rooftop tent. The Jeep build has no sleeping area, and I want to leave that vehicle with no sleeping area just because it is super awesome to drive down small trails. It has a short wheelbase, it's just nimble, it's easy to get down real small trails, and I don't want to make it big and cumbersome going down those trails. So what I think I'm going to be doing with the Jeep build is primarily driving in a location and then setting up a tent much like this with a camp cot or a large hot tent setup or a large hammock setup, something like that, using the vehicle strictly for cooking, hauling gear, and basically getting to location. So that's the story with this tent. I know I'm going to get asked about it, and the reason why I haven't been using it a whole lot hiking is specifically for that reason. But it is a really, really great tent, and I'm actually looking forward to getting some rain tonight to test out these large vestibules on the ground. So I'm going to be shutting the camera off and just chilling out here, relaxing to the sound of the frogs. Might be able to pick that up with the microphone. There's a lot of frogs and there's a lot of wind out here too. So I'm just going to get some of these lights shut off. Boomer is ready for bed. I got to get my shoes off, get tucked in here, and we're going to call it a nice relaxing evening, and we'll catch up with you guys first thing in the morning. Good night, everybody. Good morning, everybody. It is a rather cold and windy morning out here today. So, no rain as of now. There are a few drops hitting the lake, but not actual rain. The winds are very high this morning, and the temperatures are significantly colder, which I'm actually excited about because there are no mosquitoes and no black flies buzzing around, so there are no bugs bothering us today. Boomer's quite chipper. He slept really good last night. He's been running around here collecting sticks and just doing his thing. And I've got my hot coffee on the go, but I do have a feeling that this weather is going to change soon. As you guys can see, the tent is flapping around like crazy. However, it is still anchored strong to the ground, and these poles are actually doing a really good job. So this morning's going to be rather quick. It's just going to be coffee and then start the pack up process, which is going to be really easy. This tent, sleeping bag, and pack is just jam in the backpack, no problem, and basically be on the trail sooner than later. So there are a couple loons out across the lake that I'm observing right now. They've been on the lake all night, and last night they started calling to each other probably at about midnight, and it was loud, it echoed, and that's one of my favorite sounds when camping near a lake is the loons. You got to hear the loons. So I'm going to chill out here, enjoy my coffee, stare out at the lake, watch these birds a little bit longer, and then start the pack up process. All right, everybody, we've got everything packed up, and I think we beat the rain on this one. It is starting to come down on the other side of the lake. The winds are picking up. Everything's packed away nice and neatly, so pretty lucky on this one. This is a very quick and simple overnighter. Just out, enjoy the woods, and then get back home, edit, upload, and then head back out and do it all over again. So if you guys have any questions or comments, drop them down below, and peace out. We'll catch you in the next one.